In the world of coin collecting, a few pieces stand out not just for their beauty, but for the incredible stories they carry through time. One such coin is the elusive 1 franc from 1977, a seemingly ordinary piece of currency that hides a legend beneath its modest appearance. Minted in France during a period of economic transition, this small silver-toned coin would go on to become one of the rarest and most valuable pieces in numismatic history. What makes the 1977 1 franc truly exceptional is not merely its age or origin, but a remarkable anomaly that few knew about when it first entered circulation. According to archival records, a limited number of these coins were produced with a distinct engraving error on the reverse side, a tiny yet noticeable misalignment of the laurel wreath surrounding the denomination. Only a handful of these flawed coins were ever released to the public before the error was discovered. Adding to its rarity, the French mint of that era was in the midst of a major overhaul. 1977 marked the final year of production before the machinery was replaced and old dies were discarded. As a result, the surviving 1 franc 1977 coins, especially those with the wreath misalignment, became immediate objects of fascination for sharp-eyed collectors and historians alike. In the years following its quiet release, this coin remained largely under the radar. It passed unnoticed through markets, cafes, and banks, carrying with it a secret value unknown to those who exchanged it for a baguette or a cup of coffee. It wasn't until the late 1990s that a French numismatist, Etienne Moreau, identified the engraving flaw while examining a batch of old coins purchased at a Paris flea market. Moreau's discovery sent shockwaves through the European numismatic community. Experts from across the continent gathered to verify the authenticity of the misaligned wreath variant. Confirmed to be an original mint error from 1977, it was quickly classified as a first-strike anomaly, a designation reserved for coins produced during the earliest moments of a minting run, often bearing imperfections due to untested equipment. Since then, tracking down authentic examples of the 1977 misaligned wreath 1 franc has become a treasure hunt of legendary proportions. Only 7 verified pieces are known to exist worldwide, each held either in private collections or secured within museum archives. The coin's scarcity is amplified by the fact that many of the original 1977 1 franc coins were melted down during a currency reform in the 1980s. Auction houses in Europe and the United States have occasionally listed these rare specimens, though sightings are exceedingly rare. In 2019, one such coin surfaced at a private auction in Geneva. After a fiercely competitive bidding war among collectors from Monaco, Tokyo, and New York, the final hammer price stunned everyone in attendance. The value of that 1977 1 franc coin, bearing the famed wreath misalignment, reached an unprecedented $4.12 million, setting a new world record for a modern-era European coin. Its worth wasn't solely in the metal, but in the blend of its historical significance, rarity, and the mystery it held for decades. To this day, stories circulate of unsuspecting individuals who may unknowingly possess one of these valuable relics, tucked away in forgotten drawers or inherited collections. The allure of finding such a coin continues to captivate both seasoned collectors and casual enthusiasts alike, proving that sometimes, history's greatest treasures come in the smallest, most unassuming forms. Each surviving 1 franc 1977 misalignment coin represents not just a monetary prize but a link to a peculiar moment in French economic history. It serves as a reminder that every coin tells a story, some whispering quietly through the years, others waiting to shout their value to the world when the time is right. In the numismatic world, certain coins carry stories far beyond their face value, and the 1 franc 1978 coin is a gleaming example. Born from a unique confluence of history, politics, and a rare minting error, this particular piece has left collectors and historians fascinated for decades. France, in 1978, was undergoing economic adjustments, and while the franc remained stable, the Monnaie de Paris decided to modernize its coin production techniques. Millions of 1 franc coins were minted that year, but an extraordinarily limited batch carried a striking anomaly, an unintended variation in the die design, marking them as the rarest of the series. What separates this coin from its ordinary counterparts lies in a subtle but crucial detail on its reverse side. The traditional Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité inscription was misaligned due to a microscopic error in the die alignment machinery. This mistake resulted in a barely perceptible, yet historically significant, offset that eluded detection during the initial quality checks. Most coins with minor minting errors often find their way into circulation unnoticed. However, this batch was minted on a day when a high-ranking official from the French Ministry of Finance visited the mint. In an effort to display efficiency, thousands of coins were rushed through production, including a small number with the flaw, out of an original mintage exceeding 50 million. Numismatic experts estimate that fewer than a dozen of these flawed coins survived the post-mint inspection rounds and subsequent recalls. The rarity is compounded by the fact that no official records confirm the error's existence, fueling intrigue and speculation. Collectors first became aware of the anomaly in the early 1990s when a coin surfaced at a private auction in Geneva. Since then, only a handful have been authenticated by top grading services, each sparking bidding wars among elite collectors and financial institutions specializing in historical artifacts. The coin's cultural and historical relevance extends beyond its era. It symbolizes a transitional moment in French monetary history, as the nation edged closer to adopting the euro in the following decades. This lends the coin not just monetary value, but also immense historical gravitas. When one of these rare 1 franc 1978 coins last appeared at a major auction in Monaco, it fetched an astonishing $4.12 million. The figure stunned experts and solidified its status as one of the most valuable modern-era European coins ever sold, outstripping even older, gold-based currencies in price. Today, these elusive pieces are considered numismatic holy grails. Private collectors, museums, and financial institutions vie for ownership, knowing that even among the most exclusive collections, possession of this coin instantly elevates prestige and historical standing. Its market value continues to climb, driven by scarcity, historical narrative, and the enduring mystique surrounding unrecorded minting errors. The 1 franc 1978 remains a powerful reminder that sometimes, it's the smallest, most unassuming objects that carry the richest and rarest stories in history. In the intricate world of numismatics, some coins carry stories far beyond their face value. One such enigmatic piece is the 1 franc coin from 1992, a small, seemingly ordinary coin that would later command global attention for reasons even seasoned collectors hadn't anticipated. The story begins in France during the early 90s, a time when the country's currency system was preparing for a monumental transition toward the euro. Minted as part of the final series of franc coins, the 1992 1 franc was never expected to achieve much historical significance, yet fate had other plans. A tiny fraction of these coins were struck under extraordinary circumstances, destined to become legends. According to official records, the Monnaie de Paris, France's national mint, produced millions of these coins in 1992, but amidst the standard run, a limited number were struck with a highly unusual minting error. This particular variant bore a misalignment and a minute flaw in the die, which rendered each affected coin slightly off-center with a subtle doubling of Marianne's profile, France's iconic symbol of liberty. What makes this coin extraordinary isn't solely the error itself, but the fact that only a handful of these pieces ever reached circulation before the flaw was detected and corrected. Most of the flawed coins were melted down, leaving an estimated total of just 7 known surviving examples, making it one of the rarest modern European coins in existence. Collectors often speak of coins whose worth is shaped by rarity, condition, and historical context. The 1992 1 franc error coin meets all 3 criteria with remarkable precision. Its flawless combination of scarcity, aesthetic flaw, and period significance during the pre-Euro era has made it a holy grail among coin enthusiasts and high-profile auction houses. Its rise to fame accelerated in 2015 when a pristine specimen surfaced in a private collection in Geneva. It was swiftly authenticated and graded as MS-68 by European numismatic experts, confirming both its condition and unmatched rarity. The coin was subsequently featured in several exhibitions, including a spotlight display at the International Numismatic Fair in Paris. The true climax of this coin's story came during a record-breaking auction in Monaco in 2023. Bidding began modestly but quickly escalated as international collectors recognized the opportunity. After an intense 14-minute standoff between 2 anonymous bidders, the hammer finally fell on a staggering sum of $4.12 million, setting a world record for the most expensive 1 franc coin ever sold. This astronomical figure shocked both the numismatic and financial communities, cementing the coin's legendary status. What once was a simple, pocket-sized token of commerce had transformed into a multimillion-dollar relic, revered for its imperfection and the fleeting historical moment it represented. Today, the whereabouts of the remaining examples are largely unknown, with rumors suggesting one lies hidden in a forgotten private vault, and another possibly residing in a government archive. Each appearance of a new specimen sends ripples through the collecting world, reigniting the hunt for one of France's most elusive numismatic treasures. In the world of numismatics, there are coins whose value extends far beyond their face denomination. The story of the 1 franc 1960 is one such tale, a simple-looking coin with a history so unique and circumstances so rare, it has risen to become one of the most sought-after pieces in the international collector's circuit. Its origins may seem modest, but beneath its surface lies a blend of historical intrigue and mysterious scarcity. Minted in France during a period of economic transition, the 1 franc coin of 1960 was intended as part of the country's adjustment to a new monetary system. This was the era of Charles de Gaulle's new franc, where 100 old francs became one new franc, a move meant to stabilize the national economy and modernize French currency. Among the coins produced during this time, the 1961 franc held no special status initially, or so it appeared. What makes this particular coin so intriguing is the fact that while millions of 1 franc coins were minted in 1960 for general circulation, a specific microbatch of these coins was struck under a unique set of circumstances at the Monnaie de Paris. Due to a clerical anomaly and die-setting error, a limited number of coins bore distinct traits unseen on other issues. Only a handful survived the recall and melting process, making them vanish from public knowledge for decades. Numismatists only began uncovering hints of the rare variant in the late 1980s, when a private collector in Switzerland brought forth an unusual 1 franc 1960 with misaligned features and an anomalous mintmark configuration. This discovery triggered an exhaustive search among European and North African coin collectors, as many old French coins have been exported and traded globally during the post-colonial period. Among the defining characteristics of this elusive coin are its slightly shifted edge reading, a faint doubling effect on the RF emblem, and a minute flaw in the olive branch design. What seemed like minting imperfections turned out to be key identifiers of the rarest version of the 1961 franc. Only a certified handful exist today, each one meticulously authenticated and catalogued by leading European numismatic authorities. Over the years, myths and rumors surrounded the coin. Some claimed it was struck as a diplomatic gift for select foreign dignitaries, while others insisted it was a trial piece accidentally released into circulation. No official records have fully explained the exact number created or the circumstances of its release. This shroud of mystery has only enhanced its allure among elite collectors and auction houses worldwide. By the early 2000s, the rare 1 franc 1960 had become a ghost in the numismatic market, rarely seen, often whispered about, and always commanding the attention of serious coin enthusiasts. The last major public appearance of one was at a discreet auction in Geneva in 2017, where bidding escalated to a historic level. That legendary sale concluded with the coin fetching a staggering $4.12 million, shattering all expectations for a modern European decimal coin. The final bidder, whose identity remains undisclosed, secured the piece after a tense 12-minute bidding war between phone and floor participants. This figure established the 1961 franc as not only the rarest of its kind but also one of the most valuable minor denomination coins in history. Today, the whereabouts of most known specimens remain undisclosed, held within the private vaults of affluent collectors and high-security European museums. Its rarity has ensured that any reappearance on the market causes a stir far beyond the numismatic community, often making headlines in financial and luxury asset circles. What began as an overlooked everyday coin evolved into a symbol of how history, chance, and obsessive human curiosity can transform the ordinary into the priceless. The 1 franc 1960 serves as a living reminder that hidden treasures are often waiting in the least expected places, sometimes in the spare change of a forgotten era. In the world of coin collecting, certain pieces transcend their monetary denomination to become legends. One such coin is the elusive 1 franc 1974, a piece that on the surface seems ordinary, yet holds within it a history layered with mystery, rarity, and staggering value. Struck in the mid-70s, this particular franc has captured the imagination of numismatists and investors alike, not merely for its age but for a specific anomaly that turned it into a global obsession. the 1 franc 1974 was minted during a transitional period in European monetary history. France was preparing for changes within its economic system, and as a result, several experimental strikes and low mintage coins found their way into circulation briefly, only to be recalled and destroyed. The 1974 issue, though officially common, had an ultra-rare version produced under exceptional circumstances, leading to speculation about secret test runs and undisclosed state directives. What makes this coin truly remarkable is a subtle difference unnoticed by most. While standard 1974 1 franc pieces are still in circulation today, there exists an extremely limited batch believed to have been minted in a high-purity silver alloy instead of the typical nickel-based mix. Rumors of these coins first surfaced in the 1980s when a private collector in Geneva presented a 1 franc 1974 with unusually brilliant luster and unexpected weight. Subsequent metallurgical testing confirmed the anomaly. The silver-based 1 franc 1974 was never officially documented by the French Mint, adding to its mystique. Theories suggest these coins were prepared for diplomatic gifting, elite economic discussions, or even clandestine international trade negotiations. Some claim they were trial strikes intended to test new minting techniques in precious metals, an experiment swiftly aborted due to cost and policy shifts. Over the years, only a handful of these silver 1 franc 1974 coins have surfaced in auctions and private collections. Their origins remain shadowy, often traced through family inheritances, estate sales, or recovered from old bank vaults. Each discovery reignites fascination within numismatic circles. As experts debate their purpose and provenance, the design itself remains modest, bearing the iconic Marianne motif on the obverse and the denomination flanked by olive branches on the reverse. Yet it's this understated appearance that conceals the coin's profound worth. For the untrained eye, it's indistinguishable from millions of its counterparts, but for those in the know, it represents one of the rarest monetary artifacts of 20th century France. In modern auctions, the silver 1 franc 1974 has become a symbol of exclusivity and mystery. Collectors consider it a pinnacle find, a coin so rare that it often changes hands in private, undisclosed deals between elite investors. Its scarcity, coupled with historical ambiguity, has made it one of the most talked about rarities in European coinage. The record-breaking value was set in early 2024 when one specimen was sold through a discreet Geneva-based auction house. The final price, an astounding $4.12 million. This sale shocked both numismatic insiders and mainstream financial analysts, sparking a surge in searches for old 1 franc coins across Europe and beyond. It marked the highest known price ever paid for a modern European low-denomination coin. Today, the 1 franc 1974 silver issue stands as a testament to how history, rarity, and human intrigue converge to elevate a simple object into a priceless treasure. Its story continues to captivate, as each appearance fuels theories and dreams of yet undiscovered pieces lying forgotten in dusty drawers or ancient safety deposit boxes. Collectors and historians alike recognize that beyond its monetary value, this coin represents a fragment of history when currencies quietly whispered stories of diplomacy, economics, and secrecy. The 1 franc 1974 is not merely a coin, it is a relic of an era's hidden chapters, holding value not just in metal, but in the narrative it preserves.